Welcome to Talk of the Town this week right here on C19 TV. So great to have you along. I'm your host, Tim Foster, and wow, it is hard to believe. Hey, did you enjoy that snow the other day that we got? It's hard to believe, early snow. That was kind of crazy, but that means it's getting colder, and it means the holidays are right around the corner, and great to have with us from the city of Kings Mountain, their tourism, and I got to get your title right, but Angela Padgett's back with us, and I'll get it right in a minute. Angela, welcome back to Talk of the Town.
Thank you. It's good to be here, and I love the studio. It's great.
I know your first visit in the new. We keep having folks having their first visit in our new John O'Hare studio, and it's so cool to get to see it. And I'm glad you got a little tour.
I did.
Yeah, and so it's very nice. But Angela, we've got you for the next 30 minutes to talk about Kings Mountain and holidays in Kings Mountain.
Sure.
But before we start talking about it, Thanksgiving's right around the corner, and of course Christmas is right there behind it. Let's look back a little bit. How did things go in the summer and the fall? I was there a few times eating at different restaurants and checking out a lot of different aspects. Tell us a little bit about what's been going on in Kings Mountain over the last few months.
Well, the summer started with Beach Blast.
Yes.
With us. Even though, the summer, of course, starts in June, July.
Yeah, kind of ended with Beach Blast.
Right. It ended with Beach Blast, and what a blast it was. We had over 11,000 people come into Kings Mountain for that event, and the majority of those folks were out-of-town visitors.
Really?
Yes, and so we're very, very pleased with that. We figured out right quick that, and it was something we've always known, that Beach Blast is our tourism peak. It's our tourism driver for the city. And we had a great lineup. Again, we had 11,000 folks. We had a ton of kids, which we're very, very happy about. They did a lot of contests, and people are still talking about how great the lineup was. Too Much Sylvia, Gary Lauder, Smoking Hot, and Band of Oz, and we had such a great time with Beach Blast.
Yeah, I heard it was really good, and you saw Angela. She's actually the tourism and events coordinator. It took me about 5 minutes to get her title. I have to remember mine some days here at Cleveland Community College. It was a great event, Angela, and I heard wonderful things about it because you had the vendors out there.
Right.
It was a beautiful, warm day.
It sure was.
And the entertainment was rocking, I heard.
Oh, it was, and the kids loved it. We brought the Myrtle Beach Pavilion to them, if you remember Myrtle Beach.
I do remember
So we
that,
had roller coasters and pirate ship rides and mermaids and pirates walking around, and it was great. I don't know how we're going to be able to top it next year, but we're going to do it. We always try to do better.
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be a great event. And I know you were excited to have that many people in town because that means they were at your restaurants.
That's right.
They were checking out places in Kings Mountain, a lot of the historical sites, and that's always a plus, a win-win for everybody.
Sure, because we're not just an entertainment venue as far as Peters Park or an entertainment city, but we're also a historical city.
Yeah.
And we, historical walking tours, we've just, and we've got a gentleman in Scott Neisler who is actually, is our former mayor. He's now getting ready to be a councilman, come January.
Right.
And, but him and his family and others that founded the town, his great-granddaddy founded Kings Mountain. We just have such assets in everybody there that the historical part of it, we'll never forget that part. And with those folks like Scott and others, we won't forget it.
Peters Park is a wonderful place there, as you mentioned, and folks have never checked that out, they should. And I also always have to talk about the Gateway Trail because it's such, now the leaves are so beautiful and they're starting to fall and it's getting colder. We already talked about we've had snow flurries. I was by that not too long ago. A lot of people are walking in cooler weather now. Some people would rather to do that instead of the humidity. But there's people all year long. But if folks are not familiar with your Gateway Trail, talk about how awesome it is.
It is great, and it's one of the greatest assets that we have in our city as part of the Carolina Thread Trail. Shirley Broco is the director out there. She does a wonderful job.
Shirley's a great lady.
Their board does a wonderful job. And it's so cool to be able to. It's a safe area to walk, and like you said, it's all nature. You know, we've started. Of course, we have events out there.
Yeah.
So the Earth Day Festival we
Every
always
year,
host
right?
that at the Gateway Trail, right?
Yeah.
And we plan on doing more things out there with the Gateway Trail next year around Halloween and things. But yeah, if you love, you know, just like to get out in nature, walk around, please by all means visit the Gateway Trail.
Yeah, absolutely. And this time of year, you've got the leaves are falling, and I think the leaves have been gorgeous this year,
Oh,
maybe a
very
little more
much
than
so.
normal. And it's a great time to get out and get exercise. And again, if you don't like humidity, this is your time
Right,
to
right.
To enjoy it on these
Oh,
cooler
yeah.
days.
Exactly.
It's very, very nice. And we got to talk about the casino, because just recently you had kind of the topping off event.
Oh, yeah, sure did.
You know, people that drive by 85, you think you're in a whole nother world when you're driving by there. But talk about the casino and what's going on there. And 2026 is going to be a big year for that, Angela.
Exactly. And we have a great relationship with the folks at the casino. Something that we were very proud of is that, of course, we have taken our department, the events department, has taken the tourism piece, the TDA, and we plan on working with the casino a lot. But we've started having these little meetings that brings the partners together, and they are actually attending the meetings, and we look forward to be able to promote them, and they in turn promote us.
Right.
You know, because once they usually say sometimes once folks get into casino, they don't want to leave, but that's not the case with the Two Kings. They're gonna cross promote with us and partner with us to get folks to Kings Mountain, as well as us get folks to the casino. So it'll be great. It's a great partnership already. They, of course, they've sponsored a lot of our events in the past.
Yes, they have.
And we, we've always valued their friendship, and it's going to continue to grow.
Yeah, because you're not talking about with individuals there, folks that are just from Cleveland County. You got folks from 6, 7, 8 to 10 states that are coming through.
Oh, yeah.
And then and they, as you're right, they may want to go into, they will want to go to the casino, spend some time, but they also, hey, maybe want to looking for a nature trail. They may be looking for other restaurants, other things to do. And as you said, that cross promotion, that relationship is so crucial.
Yeah, exactly. It is, and they'll help us, and we'll help them. That's that's what partnership's all about. And we're looking forward to working with them more.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, just recently you had a great Veterans Day event. Now that we're in November, talk a little bit about that,
wow.
Angela.
So of course it was a little cold.
It was very cold.
So what we did was we brought the event inside the Joy Theater. We normally host it at our Patriots Park, but we were thinking about the seniors that were attending, so we brought it in, and I'm so glad we did. We did not have, I think, 2 seats empty.
Wow.
It was over 230 people there.
Because that's a big facility.
It is very big, and we were so happy. The Ashbrook ROTC came, their parents came, the Optimist Club and their kids came with their parents. Of course, the veterans came,
of course,
and we just had such a great event. It was very moving, and we did something a little different this year than we did last year. We normally bring in a speaker, but we did music. That's we Drew Fulton, Mike Hayes, and Vintage Vibe, which that group, Danny Scruggs' groups from Shelby.
Yeah. No, Danny, yeah.
Yeah.
And Drew.
Yeah, and Drew.
Saw Drew at a football game recently. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's Mr. Football in Kings Mountain.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
So, but yeah, they're my go-to folks, and they came up with a great program, and it was really, really good.
Yeah, and when you mentioned the Joy, before we go to break, one of the great things that happens in there every year is Liberty Mountain. And talk about Liberty Mountain this year. Another great year back in the fall.
Oh, yes. Jeremy and his wife, Ashley, they are Liberty Project Local, theater group that produces it. They know what they are doing. And this one, by far, I believe, was the best Liberty Mountain we've seen.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's coming back. It'll come back next year. It's our Horn in the West. That's
it's a yearly
something
deal.
We're promoting it as our Horn in the West and our Into These Hills and the Lost Colony show. That's the people that's going to bring people to Kings Mountain to see. And Ashley and Jeremy, they are very, 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 very good. They help us a lot with our theater parts of our events. Bring in characters like the Pirates, and they'll help us at Christmas very, very good. But again, all this is about partnerships.
Yeah.
And you put the right people in place, you know, makes your job a lot easier. So, and we know that. We understand that. So.
Well, there's a lot going on at Kings Mountain, as if you watched the first part of our segment. And Angela, you hang tight. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Christmas in Kings Mountain, because there are so many wonderful things that you can take part of. We're going to talk about parades. We're going to talk about self-guided tours. And Angela's going to tell us what all will be a part of that. This is Talk of the Town. We're talking about Kings Mountain for the holidays. And we're going to come back right after this.
Killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach, and would you turn the other cheek?
How you doing today, ma'am?
Father, help us and some guidance from above. These people got me questioning, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love?
Join us for our 23rd season of Armchair Quarterback on C19 TV. Each week we look at the 4A Burns Bulldogs, the 5A Crest Chargers, the 6A Kings Mountain Mountaineers, and the 3A Shelby Golden Lion. We will also discuss ACC, SEC, and Gardner-Webb football, along with the Carolina Panthers. Watch all season long on C19 TV or streaming online at c19.tv. Welcome back to Talk of the Town this week on C19 TV. Thanks for coming back with us. I'm your host, Tim Foster, and great to have tourism and you got travel-related tourism. What am I leaving out, Angela?
Events coordinator. Yeah.
Events coordinator. I went through about 4 different titles, but Angela Padgett's with us. We're talking about the holidays in Kings Mountain. You see our topic. Big thanks to Holly Hamrick, who is producing Talk of the Town this week. And Angela, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Wow, the holidays are basically here. I mean, Thanksgiving is a few days away, about a week away, but we're going to be talking about the holidays in Kings Mountain, and a lot of big things are going on. So, you know, a lot of people have already talked to me about, I remember, you know, they've had the lights, the self-guided tours. Mm-hmm. So let's start there. We're going to be seeing that again in 2025.
Exactly. They are already being placed in the park as I speak.
Okay.
And Daryl Dixon has come back to help us, and he worked with Public Works, worked on the lights for years, and now he's retired, but he came back to help. And Victoria Brigman, she's helping him as well. And
it's a big undertaking.
It's it's a lot of different departments that put Christmas together. You know, our electric department, we've already got the snowflakes up. But the park is going to be so well lit. People are going to be very, very happy. You know, we pretty much all of Grady's Costner's lights have gone back out in the park.
Yeah, and that's pretty neat.
Exactly, and you know, I remember Greg Tillman used to tell me about how of course everybody would go and visit these lights at Mid Pines.
Oh yeah.
And so when they were put in Patriots Park, they would come and say, hey, where's such and such? Yeah. And they would find lights that
I remember going to his location.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I lived there many years ago.
Oh yeah.
And that was a tradition.
Oh yeah. So this is a tradition that I know that Grady and Katie, they're in heaven now, but they would be very, very happy with, and then their family's very happy, and that's what it's all about. You know, just keeping the same traditions, and the kids coming through, and of course, you know, our gazebo turns into Santa's workshop.
Yes, it does.
And it's up, it's ready to go. We just Santa will be here on December the 6th, and start visiting with the kids, and
Yeah, and I was going to tell you, that's kind of the kickoff
It
that
is.
day, because it kicks off, of course, you're going to have the 2025 Kings Mountain Christmas Parade, and of course, C19 will be there, and we'll have coverage of that and airing that throughout the Christmas holiday. But so December 6th, things get going, and can you talk to folks about when they can, after the parade and going forward, does this start like when it gets darker? Talk about your hours.
Sure. Well, we actually are going to start the tree lighting is November 21st.
Okay, and that's just right around the corner.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's when we light up all the lights go on.
Okay.
The tree and all the Patriots Park lights, Santa's Workshop, whatnot. And then December 6th, we'll start with the Christmas parade. It'll be at 3 o'clock.
Right.
And we're still taking applications for that, by the way.
Yeah, that's right, because
Yeah.
you got a few weeks left.
Yep. And so that'll start at 3, and then afterwards, the parade moves into Patriots Park,
Yes.
and we'll host our festival right
Because
after.
it comes right down there past
yeah,
the Joy
yes,
and heads right to the park.
exactly.
Because that's where our cameras will be as it comes through.
Yep. And so it'll start. A lot of people have been asking about the route. So again at KFC, and then it'll head down West King Street, left on Railroad, straight to the park.
Yeah, and we're on Railroad. That's where we'll be set
yeah,
up. Our C19
yep.
crew will be down
Yep,
there.
that's true.
And then it heads right to the park.
Yeah, and so Santa will be jumping off the sleigh, going straight into Santa's Workshop, visiting with kids that night until 8 o'clock, and then the 13th and 20th December he'll be back. We'll have carriage rides and hay rides.
Three
Yeah,
nights through it. So the 6th, 13th, and 20th will
That's
be the
right.
Santa's Workshop, correct?
Yep. And then again we'll have hay rides and carriage rides on all 3 of those nights. But we are adding a little bit more for the festival.
Okay.
So the Circle M Safari Park.
Oh, yeah.
Up here in Shelby,
Yes.
they're great friends of mine. They're bringing a living nativity that they brought last year.
Really?
And so
Well, that's neat.
Oh yeah, so Humphrey, the 500-pound camel, and all
Look
his
out.
friends will be,
Yeah.
and Mary and Joseph and the
Yeah.
shepherds and the wise men and baby Jesus, they'll be all under the stage, which was so pretty last year. I mean,
yeah.
I think that was probably the most gorgeous thing
I
I ever
bet you got
seen.
a lot of folks to come in and check
yeah,
that out.
it was great. It was great. And then, of course, the lights. We'll have the Grinch roaming around. We'll have stilt walkers and jugglers, and
Yes.
the string theory will be there. They'll be playing, music. We've got some folks coming in from Charlotte with Imagine Circus that's going to be bringing some really cool acrobatics.
Yeah, and this will be on the 6th.
That's the 6th, just the
The
6th on the extra, yeah.
For the extra stuff, yeah.
We'll do a living history experience from the folks of Liberty Mountain. Will be there and show everybody what 1874 Christmas looked like, which was the founding year of our town.
Yeah,
We started that last year for the 150th, and we thought, you know what, we're going to make that a tradition too.
Yes.
So they'll be there, and of course we'll have inflatables for the kids and snow tubing rides.
It's just going to be a winter
Oh, it's
wonderland.
huge.
Yeah,
it will. And we actually do bring the snow in. We have
Yeah.
a gentleman that brings some snow machines, and so while you're on the carriage, you might get hit with some snow.
That's right. Well, maybe we'll get
Yeah.
some fake and some real this
yeah,
year.
exactly.
Yeah.
And there's some other surprises that I can't tell about that's going to be revealed on the night of the Christmas tree lighting. So I can't say anything about
Yeah.
that right now, but it's going
Folks
to be
need to
great.
go out and check that out. Now, you were telling me, before we get back to the holidays in Kings Mountain, you were telling me about a new website.
Yes.
You guys, talk a little bit about that new website in Kings Mountain.
Yeah. So of course, like I said, we are now the tourism piece
Yes.
of the city. So now we have a website called discoverkingsmountain.com. You just type
Yep,
it all
see it
out.
on your screen,
Yep.
yeah.
So that if you have any, if you want to go and just look about the whole town, learn about our restaurants or the assets I talk about, the partners, the Gateway Trail, the casino, the Joy Theater, Liberty Mountain, all that is on this website. So any information you want to find about Kings Mountain, if you don't find it on kingsmountainevents.com, you go to discoverkingsmountain.com.
You're going to find it on one of those too.
Yes,
though.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our event website is more geared to our events, but Discover Kings Mountain is about the whole city entirely. Yeah.
Talk about, along with all of course, the winter wonderland that will be a part of Kings Mountain there at Patriots Park, and you mentioned December 6th, 13th, and 20th. Talk about restaurants and businesses. I'm sure some of those may even stay open a little bit later.
Right.
And then also, obviously, folks have a great opportunity to go out and enjoy the wonderful restaurants while you're out during the holidays.
Oh,
Talk a little bit about that, Angela.
Exactly. So, of course, we have the Joy. The Joy is actually going to produce a play. Right now, it's Dashing Through the Snow, but we have a dance troupe, Dance Reflections. They're going to host The Grinch and have a great play there. That's the night of the 6th. But we have, on that railroad, you can't go by railroad without stopping in 238. Cherokee Grill or the Crave. Crave is there. We have, we have a lot of great restaurants. 133 West is right up Mountain Street.
It's pretty good too. Yeah.
Yep. So that's a great restaurant, and we're growing, so we're bringing in more, and of course we can't tell who all's coming, but we've got some interesting businesses coming in. But again, like I said, we've got our tourism partners. And the Kings Mountain Historical Museum, they're bringing the trains back.
They are bringing the trains back.
I love the trains. Yeah, they're bringing them back.
That's great.
And December 6th, they're partnering, and a lot of people don't know this, that Kings Mountain is now the home to the largest Nutcracker museum in the country.
I would have no clue
and
of that.
Yeah, exactly. It's called Nutty for Nutcrackers. And
well, of course, perfect name, yeah.
And so a gentleman, that's Mr. Cook, that's a doctor here in Shelby's mother, collected these nutcrackers.
Really?
7,200 nutcrackers.
Are you serious?
Now, they can't get them all in the building, but there's half of them.
Did you say 7,200?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And 3,800 or so are in this museum that's now across from the Historical Museum in the old Martin Electric building.
Yeah.
So they're hosting an event that morning of the 6th from 10 to 2. So to open the museum up, let people see, they're doing some cooking in the barber cabin.
Yeah.
So you
December
have to,
6th is going to be a great day.
It's going to be great, yeah. And that's one thing that a lot of these partners are up in their game, because they know what's coming, with that casino.
Absolutely.
And we're going to see a lot of people start visiting us, and they're really starting to work on their businesses. And
you've had a lot going on in years past during the holidays. This may be as much as you've had, and as you talked about, I think that's going to continue to increase. And just even if you don't want to, check out all those areas, you just want to ride around, you can just ride around and check out the lights, right?
Oh gosh, yes, exactly. And like you talked about a while ago, Patriots Park is a self-guided tour.
Yes, it is.
So it's open, and when those lights go on the 21st, they don't go back off until January 2nd. That's when they come down.
So you're talking about almost about a 40-day stretch.
Oh yeah, and they'll be on for everybody to enjoy until the first of the year, and they're wonderful. I mean, we have actually had people. We've actually had other media outlets now coming to us saying, hey, we want to look at these lights. We want to report on these lights, and so it's going to be we're going to get very popular.
I'm not surprised that they are, because it's going to be a great event. All right, so Angela, again, if folks want to find out more about the holidays in Kings Mountain, again, tell our viewers about these websites that they can go and check out dates and events and different things that'll be going on over the next 30 to 40 days.
Right. So kingsmountainevents.com, that's the city's events website. So everything that I mentioned about the parade, living nativities, all those aspects, city-sponsored events are on that website. You go to kingsmountain.com and discover kingsmountain.com, and that's where you find all the tourism partners events pictured or located. So that information on that you can find on that website. And not just, events. We have, again, all the businesses that's in the city, Love's Fish Box, Wiener Works, all these historical, that's our Tony's Ice Cream, and that's our RO's Barbecue, Love's and Swooger's.
Yeah.
And so all those businesses are mentioned there too.
I kind of like Biscuitville too.
Biscuitville.
Even though I know it's a chain, it's a little different than your local.
Yeah, but it's new though. It's still new.
It's new to me because I don't get over there a lot.
Exactly. So no, we're just so thrilled that Cookout, is now finally opened. We're getting ready to get a Zaxby's, and
I've heard that.
So
we're growing. I've heard a lot of these rumors of stuff that you say you may have to bring out.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
We'll have to let you give us the actual info on that. Well, I mean, obviously, Angela, Kings Mountain's going to be great to be able to go out and have dinner, check out the lights, check out December 6th, 13th, and 20th. And I just think it's pretty awesome that the lights will get rolling November 21st, which is actually going to be happening right as this is airing throughout this week. and going all the way to January 2nd.
Yeah,
and you'll have some
exactly.
cold nights you can go out, some
Oh,
nicer,
yeah.
more comfortable nights, but what a great place to take the whole family,
Oh
Angela.
yeah, exactly, and it's just so we're just so looking forward to. We're so tickled that Daryl Dixon's back, because you know he's a Disney. He has the Disney attitude.
Yeah.
That's what we like.
That's
We
a
like. We have the
hard-working
Disney.
attitude.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
the Disney attitude, and we do this for the kids, and we do this for our citizens, and not just Kings Mountain, from all over. We want people from every walks of life, every state. If we can get everybody to Kings Mountain just to see these lights, we've done something great.
Absolutely.
So,
Well, it's going to be a wonderful time in Kings Mountain, and I just invite everybody to come out and of course, don't miss the Kings Mountain Christmas Parade coming up on
December
Saturday
6th, yeah.
afternoon, December 6th. We know it's going to be a nice, beautiful, brisk day.
Exactly.
But
No rain.
No rain. We're going to sunny, cool, and
That's
beautiful.
right.
Angela's already getting the forecast ready for that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I would just say, as we wrap up, Angela, just check it out, right?
Exactly, and we have we have a lot of surprises for the Christmas parade. Just put it that way, And
Yeah.
so yeah, please come out. It starts at 3 o'clock. There's parking all over the downtown.
Yes, there is.
So be easy to get to.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Angela, have a wonderful
Thank
holiday
you. You
season.
too.
I'll
You
see you at the
too.
parade.
Sure,
And
yeah.
thanks for being on Talk of the Town.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hey, I want to remind you, if you've got story ideas for future Talk of the Towns, there you see it on your screen. Email us at info@c19.tv. I've been your host, Tim Foster. I'll see you next week for our Thanksgiving week edition of Talk of the Town. Have a great day.